Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Miss Ashley Minnie Ross. She was on Little Women Atlanta, and so if you don't know, back in April she did pass in a what people thought was a hit and run, was actually an accident, and people have been wanting to know about her death. Why she decided to exit this world, was she okay, etc. Now, I will start off by saying that when I tune into her, I feel like she was, very outspoken, and even though she would have had health issues due to her condition, that she was a fighter, and she was very outspoken, and she could be sweet. But I do feel like on a deep level that she received a lot of judgment from people that were maybe not fans of the show, or maybe even some fans that were like fans of the show but were very critical of her, in particular. I feel like her size was not an issue when it came to confidence. She carried herself with a lot of confidence, and I feel like she pissed a lot of people off too, because she was just someone that had a bright light and really just said what she said, and she meant it. Everything that came out of her was what she was feeling at the moment, what she was internalizing, but I don't feel like it was from a malicious place. But I feel like for her, before her passing, it's almost like her soul knew. She is telling me that she was sick, so I didn't watch this show at all. I don't know, but I did pick up something with the heart, and I also picked up something with the bone structure as well. So I don't know if Miss Minnie had any health issues that were in regards to this, but that's what I pick up from her. I do feel like her path would have required some kind of surgery down the road to address some of these medical concerns, but I feel like she was already in a state where, regardless of people knew it around her, her health was deteriorating on some level. And I do feel like maybe like drinking and things like that would have contributed to kind of like her condition getting worse over time, her health issues. But I feel like there was this sadness when it came to her love life, to relationships. She makes me feel like there was a true love that she had, but it was unreciprocated, or it was unrequited love. It was not, responded to the way that she wanted it. And so I feel like in this lifetime, she struggled with finding true love, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like it wasn't because she wasn't confident in her size, but rather she felt sort of like that men in general would not look at her and find her attractive in some kind of way. This is what I get very deeply. I do feel like she was an example, and she came into this body knowing that she was going to be used as an example for other people that are her size, or her, have her conditions, and let them know as an inspiration that they can be, they can reach a certain age and still live. I don't know if doctors had told her about losing weight, but something comes up with the weight. She keeps referring to her weight, that it needed to come down, and it could reverse some of the conditions that she had. I don't know. She also suffered from something with the sugar levels going off. I do feel like up to leading up to her accident, up to that point, she makes me feel a lot of stress, that she would have been under a lot of pressure. Her mind was not in the right place. I feel like it went off somewhere. I don't pick up any foul play with her case. Okay, I know that a lot of people are probably feeling like there is some foul play with her, but I'm just going to say that I don't feel like there was foul play. I do feel like she would have passed from impact, and I do feel immediately what I felt was like my heart kind of slowing down, irregular beating. So I don't know if she went into cardiac arrest, or some kind of shock that shocked her heart, affected her heart. And then I also felt an impact to the head. I felt like there would have been some broken bones around her arms and head. I also felt like the teeth. I don't know if this was something that she was missing teeth, or upon the impact, one of her teeth got hit. But there was something about the mouth that Spirit keeps referring to. And it kind of, what she makes me feel is like boom, like a big impact. And then the body goes back, it flips back very violently. But I feel at that point she was already unconscious. I do feel like there would have been maybe some internal bleeding, but again, I'm not sure on that. But I do feel like there is this, what she is telling me is like there was this internal bleeding that was going on. I don't feel like she could have been saved, even if she would have gotten medical attention even faster. I feel like this was all kind of set out to happen the way it did. And what she's telling me is that what would have happened is that she had several exit points, like we all do. If she would not have chosen this exit point, she would have had serious health conditions later on and died on the operation table, because her heart would have needed to be worked on, and again, other organs, other things on her body that were not good, would have need to be worked on. So again, her soul chose this exit. And I know that's very hard for a lot of people that are listening to believe this, because there's so much lies in the media and whatnot. But when it comes to our life paths and the exit points, we all have different exit points. It's built into our soul contract, our blueprint, and a lot of us can choose which exit point we want to choose. For her, I just feel like that was the case. She makes me feel like she had everything that she wanted minus love. She had attention, she had fans, she had people that really looked up to her, that liked her, and then she had people that were very fake, is what she's saying. And she's talking about one of the cast members being very fake. She says that she's still she's making eyes, like funny eyes, like, side eye, to one of the cast members who is also was on that show. And I do get that she's on the other side with two other people that have passed in her family. So this could be like a great-great-grandmother. But there is two other women that have passed on her family side. I feel like this may have been on her mom's side that she is with right now. She is in a good spot. I feel like her soul is at peace. She does miss her dog. I don't know. She makes me feel like she had a fur baby or some kind of pet. I don't know, but that's what I get. I feel like she misses other people as well that would have treated her right. So many other people that are still here in the physical world. For money was another thing that she was very worried about, but I feel like she was always set to have some kind of money coming in. It wasn't as bad as as she had initially thought, but I feel like her thoughts were always like about stressing about money for some reason, as well. There's some kind of she's showing me Jamaica for some reason. I don't know if there was this trip that she was planning, or there would have been some kind of trip to an exotic island in the Caribbean that she wanted to visit, but she keeps talking about Jamaican food, Jamaican culture, and just the Caribbean, that kind of culture, and wanting to go out there. I feel like she loved, outdoors. She loved nature. And I do feel like she will come back. She will be reincarnating at some point, because she tells me that she never found love in this physical life that she had. She didn't find the love that she wanted. And right before her passing, I feel like there was two decisions that she was making in her career. This could have been like another show, a spinoff of a show, or her doing something more of self-employment. But I do feel like there was two different ventures is what she's showing me. And again, what she leaves behind is memories that she created that people will not forget her, she says. And they will not forget her personality. And she keeps showing me candy bars. I don't know what's with the candy bars or who had the stash of candy bars around them, but she keeps showing me that as well. So like someone that she knew, maybe one of the other females, or maybe it's herself, had a snack drawer or a stash of different candy, but she would have had like her snacks and whatnot. Um, it's a very difficult thing. She says that she was there in the operating room in the hospital. She was looking over her body, so like she was very aware of what was going on to see it. But upon impact, I feel like she was already out of it, and her soul was already transitioning, and she was deciding whether to stay or to go. But she felt like it was time to go, because again, she knew that if she wouldn't have gone this way, that later on it would have been more painful, and it would have been a long drawn out process that she just did not, her soul did not want to go through. And I can't blame her, I can't blame her, because I feel like she would have had so much debilitation of her health and deterioration that it would have been hard to rehab and get back to a very healthy spot where she would be able to function, film, and things like that. But she doesn't feel like she doesn't feel like she is defeated in some ways. A lot of people think that because her life was cut short, she was in her 30s, that, she missed out on a lot of other things. And perhaps, for some people, they see it that way. But for her, I feel like she came, she did what she needed to do. She touched the people's lives that she needed. She was used in a very public, she put herself out there in a very brave state of mind, in a very open platform where people saw her and knew that, she was there. And she was a voice for people like herself that have, certain disabilities or certain conditions, that we're not all going to look the same, but we're all the same at the end of the day. Even though we don't physically appear the same, we all bleed the same, we all are human. And so I feel like for her, it was all about that. I do feel like she does go back, and she says, if she could go back and do things, she would have taken a little bit better care of herself here in the physical world, and not been so distracted by a lot of the drama that was going on with other people, her friends and stuff like that. But I do get that she's smiling, and I feel like there is, I don't know if someone is one of the women on the show, have like a book about her, like a photo album or something of that nature. But I pick up that there is something that she would have, something that is been created in memory of her. And she keeps showing me this funny hat. So I don't know who's the lady that has the hat, but she's telling me to say that hat was ugly. So I don't know who of the little women would wear the hat, like a Sunday church type of hat, but she says it was hideous, and it's like feathers coming out of it. So I don't know who has that hat. She says, like, ditch the hat. So she stills her personality on the other side. She's still fun. She's still funny and vibrant, and she still, remembers all her physical life here. Does she miss being here with other people? Of course, it's not the same being in spirit, but she is happy where she's at, and that's the main message here. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for allowing me to request in this reading. First and foremost, big angel hugs to her family, her friends, her the co-workers that she worked with, people that just knew her. She's a beautiful soul, and she is at peace. So thank you again, everyone. Love you. Big angel hugs. Bye.